my mum's given me her watering can because it has got a little split in the spout. And she said it's getting a bit tatty as well. So she said, do you want it for something? So I said, yeah, I'll repair it and decorate it and do something with it. So that's what I'm going to do and then give it back to her. So the little split is along here where it's been folded up and the water comes out, and then the water runs everywhere. So what I'm doing is cleaning this up a little bit first before I do anything else to it, using these. They're great little sanding sticks. Then once I've cleaned it up and I know it's all clean, everything there is removed that needs to be removed, I can go ahead and repair it. But of course I'm not going to just repair it, am I? I'm also going to decorate it for her, and I hope she likes it. So I think that's all clean now, and all I now need to do is just go along here. Look, that is quite dirty in there. Go along here and remove all the dirt and grime from the bit that I want to glue together. And I'm using 99% alcohol for this. She has had this a lot of years, this watering can. So that should do it. Now I'm going to mix up a little bit of 5-minute epoxy, and that is what I'm going to use to glue that together. And it actually will glue together really, really well. And now my epoxy is all mixed up. I'm just using a pair of scissors here to pry this apart so I can get this in there. It's a warm day today, so this is actually going to run really easily into that gap. It's such a shame to throw this away, and I know she really likes it. She don't like the mess it makes. Okay, so there should be enough in there now, and what I'm going to do is pop some small clamps on this to clamp this together while it cures, and then I'll let that cure up before I do anything else to it. That's all glued together now and lovely and tight, and I've double checked it, and the water now doesn't pour out of the spout. What I'm doing is rubbing it down with a 220 wet and dry grit to get it all nice and, well, a key on there really, so that when I spray it, the spray paint is going to stick on there and there's no dirt or anything that is going to prevent that from sticking. I'm going to give it a rub down all the way over, including the handles and the lid. I've finished rubbing it all down, and I've cleaned it all up using some alcohol to get rid of all the dust and any grease on it. I'm now going to go outside, because I like to spray outside as much as possible, and give it a spray with this interior and exterior all-purpose spray, and I know it will cover really well on this. I like to spray outside because then the fumes aren't in my studio. Well, I'm ready to put my final decorations on this, and what I've done is, on vinyl, I cut out a stencil using my Cricut, but obviously this is going to be far too sticky to put on here directly. So what I'm going to do is put this onto my transfer tape, like this. So now I've got the backing off that, all I need to do is get rid of some of this tacky, and how I'm going to do that is by popping it over my shirt a few times, and that will get some of that tacky less tacky. So it's not going to completely stick to my can, but it will stick enough for me to do the next stage. Now I've got both my stencils on, I'm going to just go round with my thumb and make sure I've got all the bits connected, because I want to get a neat stencil as possible. And what I'm going to be using, I've not used this for stencils before, is this chrome marker, because I'd like it to be in chrome. And this is one of the J Diction chrome markers. I love them. This will come off quite easily now I've took some of the sticky off. If not, it would have been more problematic. So that's nicely shaken up. All I'm going to do now is go over it as you would any stencil. And hopefully that isn't going to bleed underneath this. And once I've covered this, I'm going to let it dry for probably half an hour to an hour before I take off the actual stencil. Well, that's all finished now, and hopefully it's dry enough for me to be able to take this off. And if you feel it's too sticky on there, what you can do is just lightly run your hairdryer over it, and that'll warm that glue up a little bit and make it a little bit easier to take off. And now I just need to go in and take these little bits off, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Well, this is all finished now, and I've given it a spray of varnish just to protect it over here as well. I think Mum is going to love that. So it's got some gardening tools on that side, and you can find me in the garden there. It looks so much better than it did. It's all repaired. That repair looks so neat now as well, where I repaired that, and that will last a nice long time for her. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's more of a repair and upgrade rather than an upcycle, but I love it. I think it's come out really well. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, check out the video that I've got coming up next. It's another upcycle video that I think you'll really enjoy, but most of all, take care and enjoy your crafting. Bye.